Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new Lumina Asylum video. I don't normally talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, though this is a variety channel, so I guess that implication doesn't really make that big of a difference. Today we're going to be piggybacking off of a really fun and informative and great video I found last year called A Deep Dive into the History of FNAF Fan Songs by Kip Ashley. Now, I wouldn't normally do this because it's kind of like taking away, it's like, I can do your thing better, but this is more of like a wholesome version of that. As far as I know, if I remember correctly, Kip Ashley grew up with the songs from the franchise around FNAF 1 to FNAF 5, and then kind of heard a couple songs after that here and there. For me, it's the exact opposite. I started in the community in FNAF 6 and have been involved up until Secret of the Mimic. I just think I fall into this unique category of being able to match up with Kip. And I think it's other than two songs that he put past FNAF 5, he didn't really do anything for that. So for this tier list and review, I will be tier listing every single one of my favorite songs and a couple of my least favorite songs and some other ones sprinkled in there from FNAF 6 all the way up until Secret of the Mimic, and yes, we will do Jacky's box. And I just think it'd be kind of a fun, like, two-parter, you know, wrap up. And originally I was only going to listen to the songs on Spotify, but in homage to Kip Ashley, I want to actually watch the music video as well and rate the music video as well as the song. So we're going to start with Another Five Nights, which I believe is kind of a sequel. I think the first one is Five More Nights, which I believe is something that Kip Ashley covered, but Another Five Nights I think is a bookend to that. So let's check it out. Holy peak! Oh my god, dude! What? I thought I'd heard that before, but I have never watched the music video. Dude, oh my god. Okay, first of all, the beat is completely infectious. Like, I was bopping the whole time. And there's that whole line of like, something like, if you get hurt on the job, we will not cover your loss. Oh my god, dude. It's so good. The rapping's good. And this is a theme I want to talk about in FNAF songs, especially in early on. I think a problem for me, a lot of them, is I have my own FNAF playlist, and it's about half modern songs, half Scott Games era songs. And a problem was with me adding to that playlist, it felt like a lot of them were like a little too screamy or like in the metal rock kind of vibe, which makes sense because it's a horror game, so I think that's kind of the expected vibe for a lot of people, and that's kind of the audience it attracts for musicians. But sometimes that can just be grating for me and it's a little too much. But there are some good songs that kind of beat that mold, and I think Another Five Nights is one of those. It's so intense, but the beat is so infectious, and God, I loved the music video. It's literally taking you through the different tortures of the Five Nights from each of the games all the way up into Pizza Sim. And so you get to like see these transitions with all the different animatronics. Oh God, what a blast. What a pleasure. Oh my goodness. Okay, so a little preamble to this one, Labyrinth. Kip Ashley's video, they said this.
Pizzeria Sim. What? Well, I guess there isn't really a notable Pizzeria Simulator song for me to talk about. How...
When I watched this, when I saw this moment in the video, my eyes started tweaking. I was like, what did you just say? What did you just say? Okay, listen, look at this, look at this. Has 32 million views, which I guarantee is not the lowest view count in the video that he made. And not only that, but this video is kind of meant to be a goodbye for the entire franchise. People thought this was the last one because of all the kind of lore strings that got tied up in this game. And because of that, the composer says it in the comments. It was truly an honor composing this song. I got teary-eyed because it sounded like a goodbye song. I hope you guys felt the vibe too. This was supposed to be a finale to the entire franchise, and that too, it brought together so many very talented people. You've got DA Games, Chi-Chi, Griffinilla, Daco, and even Caleb Hiles, who, by the way, if you want to, you should go support Caleb Hiles' Steven Universe Kickstarter right now. He's trying to make a full album. Oh my god, what a blast. It's just so good. Daco's vocals like, it's a brand new day, and it's your time to shine. And this was still early Daco when he was, I don't know if he had a vocal coach yet, but he was still kind of in the vibe of learning music. And I think he fits the vibe as like the kind of emotionless, Five Nights at Freddy's representative really well. And then you got Caleb Hyles at the end, who crushes it with the emotion of the song. But let me rewatch it just so I can get reference. This is just a never-ending labyrinth and nothing more. Dude, holy peak. Oh my god. So again, like I mentioned, like the composer got emotional making it. They keep saying, this is where your story ends. Daco says at the end, thank you for all you've done, kind of in a reference to Scott because he thought it would be the last game. I'm sorry. I think, again, like I said, I was really disappointed when I originally watched Kip Ashley's video. This is the only complaint I have, just because he didn't say, oh, I wasn't too deep into the community for FNAF 6 or for UCN, so I'll just skip that for now. He specifically said there were no big FNAF songs for FNAF 6. This was the FNAF song, undeniably. And I think it rivals a lot of the peak FNAF songs, specifically the ones mentioned in this video by Kip Ashley. I'm not going to keep trying to disparage Kip Ashley or anything like that. It's not like that. It's just that specifically I wanted to include Labyrinth because of that one aspect of just, nah, there was just no notable FNAF songs in FNAF 6, guys. Let's just skip it. And then proceeds to do a security breach. This comes from inside, which very much parallels Labyrinth because, again, Labyrinth was meant to be this emotional major end to a story, and This Comes From Inside did the exact same thing. It was supposed to be kind of their last FNAF song, Living Tombstone. God, beautiful song. The vocals are incredible. The music video isn't too complicated, but it gets the job done. It's so good, and it's so underrated. Like, people need to go back to it. And also support Caleb Hyles, by the way. Like it or not? Okay, I don't remember much about this song, so I'm gonna have to go back into it. Is all a lie, his story ends tonight. Okay, wow, that was a lot better than I remember it being. I think my main thing is, we're gonna talk about Daco songs a lot because if you notice, about half of these are Daco songs just because he really dominated the post, like FNAF 5, FNAF 6 sort of era of songs. Which is great because he's made so many fun songs, so much good music, and that's why they're sprinkled about because some of them are about the books, games, or the book songs. So yeah, I would say this is great. I think the hook is the best part. It's very good. This might get bumped down to other things in great. And I have two things to say about this. So Daco, he's an independent YouTuber. He does charity streams and he really tries to spread the love a lot. And that means he probably doesn't always have the most money to try to invest in animation for these projects. I think that in all of his videos, music videos for any of his songs, the animatronics are always really good, and even mascot costumes. You saw Helpy in that music video. His animation was beautiful, but it's always something about trying to 3D animate the people that becomes kind of the struggle sometimes. And because people are such a important part of all of the songs, because so many of them have to do with the books and they interact with different people, that's where it becomes tough. And you can obviously see that it's kind of biased because other than when Gregory came into play and there became more humans in the franchise, most of the songs and premises before FNAF 6 before FNAF 6 were just, these are the animatronics. We never see the protagonist, right? So I think that that's something to be said, where it's kind of easier to animate these sort of animal characters, and that gives a little bit of credence to how difficult it was and what they really did accomplish with Daco's music videos and what they'll continue to accomplish. So I want to give it that credit. So I don't want to go too hard on the animation for any of these for Daco's. I think the chorus had a little bit left to be desired, but the hook was incredible. I love the hook in that song, and they really got the anguish across of the guard. And it's a little tongue-in-cheek. I don't want to be a baby about it when I'm about to be killed by animatronics. I love it. I think this one's actually FNAF 3, so I'll just put it at the end and not rank it just for now. I was only going to do a couple of FNAF 5s just because I was trying to give a good transition from his video to mine in vibe. So there's going to be a couple FNAF 5s we're going to get to after the Glitch Trap era. Oh, dude, Into the Pit. One of my favorite FNAF songs, fandom songs of all time, undeniably. Every wall, every place, something dark is following me here without a trace. Okay, so before I rank this, I want to give a little backstory on Daco. I don't remember the exact reason, but once the books started coming out, the original Fazbear Prites, Daco made it a mission to kind of make a song on every single Fazbear Frite. Of course, eventually when they kept adding, 7, 8, 9, and then there's like the whole extra stories one, and then they went into Tales of the Pizzaplex. He kind of waned off of that a little bit, and I'm sure if he makes a future song, it's going to be more about the mainline games and not so much the books. Maybe he'll throw a book one in there every now and then. But early on, the plan was to make it for all the stories, but I mainly included the ones that I grew up with and that I love. And I think Into the Pit is a great offering. I think its peak, it's not better than Another Five Nights, but it's so close. Like they're so close for me. I think the only thing that notches Into the Pit a little bit down is just that Another Five Nights utilizes animatronics really well. And I think that's what they couldn't focus on in Into the Pit in the animation, because it was so predicated on the main character, the kid, and of course there's the dad, and so there had to be some sort of chase. And again, I just think any context where you have to cheaply animate or like cost effectively animate humans in the FNAF art style, it's really tricky. So again, I don't blame the animators at all, and I think it does an effective job, right? You're still telling the story, it's just a little bit, it's just not like perfect animation, you know, but that's okay. And I think this was really cool because it was the first time we got some sort of like 3D animated storytelling of Into the Pit. And this aged really well, because this came out pretty shortly after the original story came out of Into the Pit in Fazbear Frights. And then of course the game came out. And then of course the Choose Your Own Adventure game came out. So this song is just getting dividends. Choose Your Adventure book. What an iconic story. Time Traveling Ball Pit. I love it. The first Daco song I ever listened to and added to a playlist, and I have a lot of appreciation for that. Listen, this is my list. I'll justify I'll justify why I put it in the top slot, okay? So here's the thing. 2023, there was a Brawl Stars community event where you had to make a community video based on the new update that was dropping.
We are calling all the TikTokers for the Hypercharge Challenge.
And I made 3 covers of songs, but one of them was Darkest Desire. I made a cover of Darkest Desire as a Brawl Stars cover. Do not go try to find that. For the love of God, please leave it alone. Let it rest. I adore Darkest Desire. It's by far, and this might sound crazy, but it's my favorite FNAF song of all time. It beats out Five Nights at Freddy's, beats out It's Been So Long. Not only do I have that memory of it, I was kind of somehow fresh to a lot of it. Again, I came into the community in FNAF 6 and then followed Daco pretty much exclusively. But Daco was really the first YouTuber I started watching for Five Nights at Freddy's. He was kind of like my one-trick go-to FNAF YouTuber that I'd have in my sub feed. And when this dropped, I could not believe it. I just thought it was so incredible. Again, I made that silly cover. I also think it's really creative that he made a direction of what if it's kind of like an OC cover in a way. He's like, what if I was the one that was being corrupted, just playing the game in my own home, kind of as a YouTuber sort of thing. Love the shot at the very end where it's Daco, you know, it starts with him putting on the headset, and then at the end, Glitch Trap possesses his body in real life, and then there's like a streak of blood coming down. It's so good. Again, Darkest Desire has the same animation problems as Into the Pit because Daco is being animated in there, which is a human. And I'm going to keep bringing that up if it's really bad, but if it's the same as the previous one, I don't need to mention it. Yeah, I just think Darkest Desire is so creative. It bangs. Go listen to this song. Any of the peak songs, please go listen to the songs after this. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Oh, this is ironic. Okay, there's a lot I want to say on this. So, for me, okay, you know those songs where there's that one cringe line, and even though the rest of the song is so good, you cannot bear to listen to it? It's kind of like, there was a big song, Punk Tactics, a little bit ago. Hit you with the punk tactics. There's this one line in there that's like, who's got the high ground now, Obi-Wan? And I cannot fucking listen to that song because of that line. It just... Something about there being a cringe line takes me out of it. It's kind of like the VIPs in Squid Game. Once it switches to them and they say some stupid line and like the horrible acting, it takes me out of the drama, it takes me out of the vibe and stuff like that. And for me, for this song, it's something about from YouTube and bigger, bringing YouTube into the kind of FNAF vibe. It just makes me cringe a little bit. CG5 de Justa and DA games are these, and that line just made me cringe so much. Yeah, I love those 3 artists. Daco, obviously. This is why I'm putting it in unlistenable. Actually, let me make a new tier. I think it's okay. Because if you're one of those people who can get past the cringe stuff, there's some good vibes in there. There's like the hey, and that sort of part was pretty good. But overall, I just don't think it was that good. But the reason I'm only putting it in okay is because it made a big impact on me. Where take me, where Darkest Desire is my favorite FNAF song of all time, and Daco's hyping up over and over again at the end of every video, hey guys, I'm making Darkest Desire 2, and then months later it finally comes out and it's this, and it's like, it makes sense for a sequel. It's spreading, you know, the virus is spreading, you're taking more people over, it makes sense. But I think they should have went a more traditional Darkest Desire route instead of more of like a musical route, I guess is kind of what they did here. You know, ensemble kind of musical route almost. That's probably a bad example, but I was really disappointed when this song came out personally. Though I do want to say this, one of the saving graces is that I like how, because they didn't have the budget for this particular project, they made it more like 2D, that kind of like shaky 2D image sort of thing for the video. I actually really liked that. I think it was simple enough and effective, and there were some effects, like a vignette, and there were some filters and stuff like that. I think it did an effective job, especially of telling the story. Glitchtrap talking to Daco, convincing him, Glitchtrap staring right into his eyes. CG5, DeHusta, and DA Games present themselves, and Daco's trying to, well, by way of Glitchtrap, convert them, and then they're all like converted by Glitchtrap. And also seeing the glitch OCs here is kind of cool with their eyes. Their actual fits are not that changed, but yeah. It's really cool. So that's my saving grace from it not being bad. I wouldn't say it's unlistenable. It's just never something I'd put in my playlist personally. First of all, it's kind of cool that additional vocals are Sam Haft, because he's half of the Living Tombstone, and he helped write the Has Been Hotel songs, which I literally listened to nonstop for an entire year, and I'm still not gonna stop. I listened to the entire album. I must have listened to that album like 300 times now, the entire thing. Props to Sam Haft. What? What is this lore? Oh, I see. Oh my god, that goes hard. Wow, okay. I honestly, I wasn't expecting a lot. Usually for me, Black Griffin songs are hit or miss, just for my personal taste. Wow, that was impressive. I loved that hook where it was like, where's the purple? 5 lives gone before their time now. And I think the music video is really effective too. I would say it's like top of great, probably a little bit better than Like It or Not. And it's about the FNAF movie, which was really cool. I think they did a really good job of, this is kind of what you need to try to do as best as possible if you're going to make a FNAF animation about a project that involves humans, because this, you know, the FNAF movie is all characters, it's all humans and a little bit of animatronics. But this music video and the story behind the song and stuff like that points in direction of, okay, Springtrap is the focus, and to represent the kids we use the animatronics and the ghosts of the animatronics and stuff. Again, that's a really creative solution to kids are hard to animate in this sort of setting, even though this is technically a real life setting, like the movie's in real life and it's not in the 3D art, the FNAF art style, obviously. That was really good. Let me out. Represent Glitchtrap. Okay, bro, I'm sorry, Glitchtrap, but this is way too hot. It is literally 100-degree weather outside. Let me out! Springtrap, let me out of this freaking sweatshirt! Yeah, man, that's actually a really cool representation of that. I love that, actually. Like the pop-ups? Oh, wow, that was good. When you're not doing an animation, being really creative with the lyric video is important, and I think that was one of the most effective ones I've seen. The flipping of the text, the effects, the switch to monster, and then it's a different font and it's like bigger. I think that was really good. Stuff like that at the end where they have like the whole corruption effect and stuff like that. I love that melody. It's like da 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 da. I might have just been actually gaslighting myself. That might have not been the melody there, but I think this is great. I think it's probably bottom of great. Also, I'm such a sucker for the Glitchtrap era of songs. It's so fun. Stay the Course. So this is one I have not heard yet. Honestly, that just sounded good. That was fun. I would put it in probably bottom of great or top of good, but I could definitely move it later. Okay, so here's the thing. So there was an original Shadow Bonnie song, and I think that Kip Ashley did already review that one, but I did want to include AP Angry Piggy's remix because I like it so much better. It's amazing. Yeah, really solid one. I'd put it straight into great, honestly. Probably bottom of great, but I love this remix so much. I think it's really cool that they did an animation, even for a remix. I love Shadow Bonnie. Really, really cool character. I actually have a Shadow Mangle plush. I wish I got Shadow Bonnie as well. The Scooper! Oh, the Scooper gets everyone in the end, you know. It is how it is. Pretty good. Not my favorite. It's okay. Or it's like good. It's good, I think. And I think the animations are good too. Obligatory Jonas for a Bite. Any chance I get to listen to this song, you know? Ooh, that's a cool... Oh god, I forgot about Funtime Foxy. Might be like my favorite animatronic of all time. The design is so peak. What the hell? I completely forgot that was in there. Oh my god. So the reason why I wanted to add this one is because I love the dance to songs, and this is the FNAF song that people dance to. That's the whole point of like the meme with the Burger King kid in the bathroom, and then he looks back. It's a dance song from Five Nights at Freddy's. That's your dance song offering. It's iconic. It's so good. And also, the animations, so good. All the animatronics look so pretty. It's Security Breach, the buggy mess. Oh my god, dude. The music video for this is so cool. I've been so alone. So I think that this is probably a little bit better than Another Five Nights. Similar to Labyrinth, and again, Kip Ashley mentions this in his video. I was using the wrong pronouns by accident. I will try to go back in the edit. Kip Ashley, I think they not only covered this comes from Inside, but they mentioned how it was kind of like an emotional conclusion to the story in some ways, even though it was kind of an open to the story and like an opener to a new story, Security Breach. And I completely agree. I think it's good. And the comic book animation for the music video is so smart, very creative how it jives with, like, you know, the whole ending system and Security Breach. It's so good, and the song is just absolutely stunning. It's so beautiful. Someone brings a key, and I stand up, I'ma find the undetectables. Yep, it's definitely like good. It's definitely great. I would say it's better than Like It or Not, less than Stuck Inside. Little backstory to this. When this came out, I thought it was super underrated. I love this song by DeHusta, and I posted it on my story, and DeHusta liked the story. That was really cool for me. I only have like 2,000 followers on Instagram, so that was kind of cool to see that. I think this song is super underrated. I think the music video, where it's again a kind of the comics thing, is really good, and I think more people should check it out. See if you like it, because for me, I'm much more of like a pop, variants of rock sort of fan of music. So a lot of these super heavy metal ones sometimes I don't jive with, but the ones that are very pop-ish, I completely latch on to. So that's just kind of how it is. This is another one where it's kind of poppy. Heard of the lies and lies they hide behind, make me a hero. God, I love Glam Rock Daco. I think it's my favorite fit from him. It's so pretty. It's like Femboy Daco. Yeah, I think Make Me a Hero is another banger. Another great one. Probably bottom of great, just because it's good, but it's just not as good as the other super good songs. Ruin Song, yes. Close to home. So this is basically what I was saying at the beginning of the video, is just that it's hard for me to personally kind of rate these heavy metal songs, because I'm just not in tune with that community of music, so I can't really speak that well on it. So for now, I'm just gonna put it in top of okay, with knowing that it's probably more for other people. If there was like a not for me tier, that's kind of what I would put it in. Like, I think this is actually a pretty cool one for a lot of metalheads. I respect the song. You know, one day when I get into heavy metal, I would absolutely probably love this song. Count the way slow. That hook is so good. I think it probably, again, bottom of great. Probably a little bit over Shadow Bonnie. I just like, you know, if I like it and enjoy it, I'm gonna put it in great, you know? Just gotta give it that credit. Ooh, another good one. Coming to terms with all of my doubts. I wanna stay safe, but I don't know how. That's short the fish. I'm a mess. Wide and open, ready for the task. Again, very much in the same vein as other of his Fazbear Frights music videos. Iconic. I think it's I think it's about as good as Count the Ways for sure. Honestly, I think all of these three are the same. Stay the Course is really good too. It's hard. Let's take a quick reprieve. Talk about 2 covers that came out recently. Five Nights at Freddy's. One is by Living Tombstone. They did a 10th anniversary orchestral version, and one is by A Pure Younger Piggy and Fuhnaff. They did a sort of dramatic version here. Spoilers, the music video for FNAFs is really good. Let's get into it. Oh, I love that, where they go subtle for like the middle bit. I remember when this came out, it was kind of cool, and I didn't listen to the whole thing. I think, is it crazy for me to put this in great? I think it's peak. We don't really get this sort of thing in the FNAF community. A really cool orchestral version or orchestral song at all. There's almost no violin or cello or bass or any sort of orchestral instrument. So personally to me, I used to play cello and I love the orchestra, and I've went to a couple of performances. So this means a lot to me, and I think this is peak. Even though it's a cover, it's so good. And of course, yeah, the original song is really good too. It's awesome, and it was in the movie, you know. You got to give it that credit. Okay, now we got FNAF's version. Now we're stuck here to decay. Aww. Oh my god, it almost made me cry when they started playing old FNAF videos. Holy crap. I personally think that, and okay, let me be clear here, because I don't want to get ruined. I think this fits the vibe of the lyrics and the chorus, or vibe of the lyrics and the melody the most, even more than the original. I think the original is still better, but I think this actually is a better like rendition of the story. Of course, it does a similar thing to, no, it wasn't Labyrinth. I can't remember what the video was that we talked about, but they go through all the generations of the story. Amazing, amazing. And I'm not gonna lie, I like to sing in the shower. I like to write fan songs, and I saw John FNAF release this, and I'm like, oh, like you know, like egotistically, like, oh, this better be bad, because he's such a good theorist and he's such a good commentator. He can't be good at singing too. He crushed it. And I'm like, no, he's too goated. Oh god, it was so good. John FNAF, if you're watching this, please, for the love of God, either cover more songs or work with the boys to make some songs, because your voice is killer. I love it. Let's actually end on that one. Okay. I'll take you to the green, oh so lonely. This song used to be in my line of, it's a little cringe, sometimes I can't put it in my playlist, but nowadays, I just love it. It's just iconic. The next one on the list is To Be Beautiful. Oh, I forgot that was the part of this song. It was the dun 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 dun. I like the premise of kind of a broken girl, and then she gets this doll, and the doll kind of convinces her that she can replace herself and make herself beautiful by replacing herself with robot parts. It's kind of insane. So when this came out, I was pretty disappointed because I really liked this story, and I didn't think that the song was that great. I think it's the lyrics. I don't like the part. It almost feels like it breaks the pace of the song a little bit, or something, the vibe or something. When it's like, go to sleep, the sweet Sarah. That part, I didn't initially like it. I don't mind it now, actually. I don't mind it. I think I specifically like the do 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 do. She's bringing in Ella from the graveyard, that like cut scene where it keeps cutting between movements. That I like that. Yeah, the music video is actually pretty good. I'll put it in top of good, just because though I don't love every part of the song itself, the music video did a really good job depicting the story, and I also adore actually part of the music video where it's black and white, like Bad Apple vibes, and it's like ripping out the exoskeleton or putting it in. It's terrifying, and that's what you should feel with the story. You know what, in retrospect, maybe we shouldn't have like ended on this. It's kind of cruel, but you know what, I mean, it is what it is. So we gotta watch Jacky's box.
You will be doomed.
Mimic. Bro, I can't get over that. We'll be doomed. Mimic. What's so much funnier about this too is Edwin looks nothing like that, even though that was the big publication like of his appearance, was this song. I mean, obviously that's not what it came from, but like, you know. Okay. Say what you will about the quality of the song. I've got to put it in like the middle of must listen. I had this category here before, so I was going to put it in there, but I'm actually going to delete it. Okay, let me explain myself. We kind of don't get enough parody songs. This song is obviously whether intentionally or not, a parody of the whole franchise. You know, people obsessing over Edwin and what he does, and David and, you know, Jacky and stuff like that, and especially obsessing over the Mimic and joking about the Mimic. This is basically in reference to that. So a lot of people give it shit for, you know, being like the lyrics and the pacing and the silliness just being so stupid, but I think it's just really a funny listen. Like, especially if you just know a smidge about the lore, maybe you don't even need to know it. It's just so fun. You know, you can't say I'll put this in a playlist, because, yeah, but it's such a funny listen to show someone, a FNAF fan who hasn't heard it before. There's so many obvious, like, comedic elements to it where it's trying to make you laugh. Jacky was, like, ending her song, and she was like, something about the sequence Mimic. Like, she just ends the thing with Mimic because she's the Mimic, like a Pokemon. And then, of course, there's David. My name is David, Dad. I think it deserves to be must listen just because it's so stupid, but it's really funny. I want to say, please go check out Hip Ashley. They had a great video. It was obviously edited and like had more analysis than mine. Mine's more like a on their video and less of like a, I want to do exactly what they did, but I did want to analyze the music video like they did as well. This was really fun. Guys, there are no new FNAF songs that are bad, trust me, or unlistenable. We're all good here. I hope that you all, at the very least, check out the songs in the peak tier. And if you liked those, then maybe take a chance on a few of the must-listens. And I love the Daco songs too, and great. I would say good and okay are skippable, but if you want to be thorough, you can check them out sometime. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in a completely unrelated video to FNAF next time. Bye.